This short video surveys that which we call the classical style and highlights important events in the musical lives of Haydn and Mozart. It is customary to speak of the classical style of music as embodying balance, structure, and flexibility of expression, qualities perhaps inspired by the noble simplicity and calm grandeur that Winckelmann saw in ancient Greek art. In the music of Haydn and Mozart and the early Beethoven, we find tuneful melodies using antecedent-consequent phrasing, flexible deployment of rhythm and rests, and slower harmonic rhythm. Composers used more expressive marks in this period, including the crescendo and decrescendo. The texture of the classical period featured prominent melodies with accompaniment. In the case of a symphony or operatic finale, the homophony of the classical style might also be heard as polyphony with a predominant melodic line. The music of Haydn and Mozart was influenced by two mid-18th century trends. In the galant style of Domenico Scarlatti, we hear increasing use of homophonic textures, tuneful melodies in short phrases, and slower and more simple harmonies. In the sentimental or Infantsommerstil of C.P.E. Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach's son, the melodies become more speech-like, employing flexible and often unpredictable rhythms and surprising harmonic turns. Haydn was born some 25 years before Mozart, and he outlived his younger contemporary by almost as long. He spent most of his professional career in the service of the Esterházy family, where he composed music of all genres. He is known as the father of the string quartet and the father of the symphony. Both sorts of compositions were performed in this concert room at Esterházy, his employer's country palace. Haydn is known for his taking of very small and simple musical motives and spinning them out over an entire movement. He is also known for his musical wit. He often opened compositions with closing gestures or closed them with motives that sound like new beginnings. He also used the grand pause to a suspenseful effect. In the video presentation about classical genres and forms, I'll ask you to listen for details of Haydn's form and style, with scores of one of his symphonies and his oratorio of the Creation in hand. Check out the tutorial about using Petrucci Library, part of the International Music Score Library Project, to download scholarly editions of Haydn's music. They say that traveling is an education in itself, and Mozart's life lends credence to the cliché. Mozart's father, Leopold, finding that he had two prodigies on his hands, Wolfgang and his older sister Nannerl, took his children on a series of journeys, starting in 1763, when Mozart was but 7 years old. The Mozart children impressed rulers and their courts as young piano virtuosos. Wolfgang, in particular, was given lessons by famous composers throughout Western Europe. He would go on to put this learning to good use by composing in all genres of his day and demonstrating command of a variety of musical styles. We believe that Mozart generally composed quite quickly and without much drafting. Lyrical melodies pervade all of his music. His innovative ensembles and finales for his operas would have a great effect on Beethoven and other 19th century operatic composers. Now, please proceed to the video presentation about forms and genres. There, you'll be asked to listen to several Mozart compositions with score in hand.